Hello, everybody. So I'm going to wait for people to get in here before I show you the Placer County Sheriff's Office has released a video now. Good morning, Rosie. Hello, Tina Biggs. Nana, hello. Hello, Be Kind. I do have the press conference that Placer County Sheriff's Office just released. So we are going to go over it. I just want to make sure everybody's in here so we don't got to keep rewinding or stopping to answer questions. Hello, everybody coming in. You guys are coming in quick now. So they're going to give you updates on what happened yesterday. I did show you that the car had been found. I placed in my community tab a place where you could go and see the recovery. One of the news outlets was covering it. Hello, Sherry. And Sherry's Opinion, Rosie, Michelle, Radnilla, Crafty One, D, Lady D, Maureen. Hello, everybody coming in. We're going to start this. Let me just get it. Like I said, I'm waiting for people to get in. And once start slowing down a bit. Okay, let me just get it up on the screen here. Okay, so once it starts, you guys, please let me know that you can hear it. We're going to start it. I'll give it another minute. Yes, please smash that like button on your way in. This is just released now. It's just up for us to be able to stream it. So here we go. We're going to watch it. And let's see what they say now, if they give any information about... We know Kiely was, we're thinking about Kiely was in the car. Yes, I believe she was. I just put up a community post also, which stated, as we're waiting for people to get in here, I put up a picture on my community tab of the car as they pulled it out. Clearly, the two front windows were smashed out. So if Kiely was alive in that car when it went in the water, if she would have just drove off, she could have got out one of those windows. Everybody says, okay, well, what if it happened when it's flipped over and blah, 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 whatever. I believe that those windows were smashed out for a reason. If you look at the passenger's window behind the car, behind the driver's seat, that window is rolled up or rolled down halfway. So she could have got out any three of those windows. The two front ones were smashed out. One being smashed out would be one thing if it flipped or whatever. But I do believe that this is foul play. That's what my Ancestor cards told me, and that's what I'm sticking with. So let's watch this update. Let's see what we get. But there's certain things that I've already picked up on this to show that I do believe that this was foul play. And it does look, when they pull the car out, the picture is on my community tab. I just posted it. They seem to have covered up the back first. You can clearly see through the front of the car. She was not in the front of the car. She was in the back. So let's get going with this presser and let's see what is said. Please press 1 in the chat if you can hear it.
Good morning. I'm Shannon Moon. I'm the Sheriff of Nevada County, and appreciate everyone's response and being here today to get some more information into our investigation. We have been working with...
Okay, thank you guys.
And really, since the very beginning, trying to make sure that we focus on all of our efforts being for the family. And at this time, last night we did receive some information of the recovery of the vehicle that we've been searching for, and it was located inside the Prosser Lake. It was located within a search zone that we have been searching since the very beginning of our operation. We were very fortunate that we had the assistance of a volunteer group, the Adventure.
Okay, I've got to pause it throughout this, you guys. If you also look in my community tab, you're going to have to scroll down a bit, but I did show you, there's a picture there of the cards that I got when I did the very first reading on her that says she's in something and in water. Well, yes, she was in the car and the car was in water. So she was in something and in water. There's other cards that came out with that. I'm going to wait for the investigation to conclude before I say that it was a dead on read. No, I didn't mean it that way, but it. I believe that it was as close to the truth as you're going to get. So let's continue.
Adventures with Purpose that came out with some very specific expertise and were able to help us in locating the vehicle that we had been searching for several weeks. It's at these times that we really want to recognize the reason why we're all here. And that
Thank
is
you.
for
Lead
this
with love.
family. We've said that from day one with our staff, the incredible amount of collaboration that we've received from our partners in this region. You know, clearly being a mountain town, we're used to having great collaboration, knowing that none of us have enough resources to go around. But when we all work together, I think it is an incredible show of how committed all of our agencies are for our community here. Um, Working hand in hand in unified command, joint command with the Placer County Sheriff's Office, the folks from the California Highway Patrol, the Truckee Police Department, and our friends from the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Um, the amount of effort that all of these agencies put together really truly is why we're here today. And as we eliminated a lot of tips and information that was coming in, I think it's very important to understand that all of that work did lead us to this time. And being able to focus on the services that we provide to our families here that are impacted. Um, we've recovered the vehicle. We recovered the vehicle last night. We have located a decedent inside the vehicle. Uh, we believe it is our missing person. We have not been able to positively identify, but it's more than likely where we are today. And we wanted to make sure that the family had all that information first. The last thing we want to do is have them learn information uh, outside of our team. Uh, so I think that is one of the points that I really want to make sure that our communities know, and the folks that are watching today know, is truly how committed we've been throughout these last few weeks in coming to this resolution. It's still an active investigation, and I understand there will be, and we will continue to receive lots of questions regarding our investigation, and we will release what we can. But at this time, uh, our commitment is to this family, and that is where we will consistently uh, reach for making decisions on what we release. And again, it is still a very active investigation. So again, I appreciate everyone being here, getting this information out. It is the reason why we're here is because of the community support and the amount of work that was put into this investigation to where we could clearly identify very specific areas to search. The Adventures with Purpose folks did just a fantastic job at being able to locate the vehicle as quickly as they did, based on, again, a lot of heavy lifting that the folks behind me have done throughout the last couple of weeks. So I appreciate everyone being here, and we'll open up for some questions. Yes, ma'am.
What agency called in a venture with purpose, and when did you decide, or decide, that we needed this extra help?
Captain Sam Brown from my agency will be happy to answer this question.
Yeah, thanks. The question is which agency requested? I'm not exactly sure that an agency had reached out and requested from within our unified command, but as everybody's reading online and seeing all the information that was coming out, and we realized that there was an interest from Adventures with Purpose, we did link up that group with Sergeant Mike Powers with the Placer County Sheriff's Office. They had lots of communication as they were going to be traveling to this area, and then a lot of detailed information that was shared that wasn't necessarily out to the public yet, that hopefully was of assistance to helping them locate the area to go to.
Since the car was found in the area where you've been searching since the beginning, what did AWP have that maybe you guys didn't have, or why was that missed?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. That's one that everybody's going to have, right? Is how did we not find it when we were searching? The lake was extensively searched with side sonar, with an ROV. We had divers, we had swimmers. I think that's part of what we're going to have to go back to do and debrief. You know, when peace officers are out in the field and volunteers and searchers, it doesn't mean that they're experts in the field, right? These are sometimes ancillary duties, and we're calling from other agencies to try to jump in. And tracking underwater is an extremely difficult thing to do. So I think part of our debrief on any of these situations is how do we figure out to improve our services, work on our resources and the way that we use them. A lot of this equipment is high end, very expensive, and you really need to have a lot of practice and expertise. And I think that's where a group like Adventures with Purpose is able to focus and practice those skills and really hone them. And so we're appreciative that they were able to come out and locate it. I also don't want to take away, though, from anything from our volunteers as well as law enforcement that have been out there. I mean, we literally had people swimming in the water looking down so that we didn't disturb the ground initially. You know, my understanding is the vehicle was upside down. That also makes it more difficult. And if silt and things come up above, that can also make things difficult. So before I really can say, hey, why we weren't able to do it, I also could say that we eliminated a lot of areas that we would still be searching if we didn't have all the great people out there. And that helped give them some guidance as well, I think. But clearly their expertise in diving and their equipment that they brought to the table assisted us, and we appreciate that.
Did they specifically have any specific technology that all of these 16 law enforcement agencies didn't have?
I'll have to debrief with them before I'd have the answer to that question. I believe we're going to try to do that today.
Adventures with a Purpose has referenced red tape a couple times, saying they don't have the red tape that maybe your assisting agencies have. What is that red tape, and why might it be easier for a private organization to do this?
I don't know exactly what we're talking about in regards to red tape. I think that from the very beginning, we never deterred anybody other than certain scenes that we closed off at times that became areas of interest and we wanted to protect for evidence. So I don't know that there was any red tape ever put on this. I mean, if you look at the amount of man hours that went into it, it was like over 15,000. And I know it's even higher than that now. I don't think there was ever red tape. There were maps created for civilians to be out. The boat ramp in the lake were never actually shut down, because the way we were looking at it is more eyes out there, the better off we're going to be for finding Kiely. And that was continually the goal. So I'm not sure that there was ever red tape. I think it comes down to lots of factors. And like I said, we're going to debrief and try to figure out how do we become better and do a better job at these types of operations.
Why did agencies believe it was an abduction at first?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of miscommunication. I don't know that it was ever labeled as an abduction. I think that you can never take that off the table. And so as we talked as a command group and unified command with all my partners that you see behind us, you couldn't remove that off the table because we hadn't found her. And so, there was some of the struggles with some of the services that we wanted to obtain and things we wanted to do, but we couldn't say it wasn't an abduction, but we also never said that it was an abduction. I think that was clarified fairly early on. But we also probably wouldn't have received all the services and all the people if that wasn't an option. If this was truly a search and rescue mission, we may not have had all the resources to conduct interviews. I think they identified over 400 juveniles, and to be able to interview all those folks and provide feedback off of all that, it takes an army of people. And I think we were lucky to be able to put that together between my partners and agencies that are right behind me.
Did any of the juveniles, anybody mention a car going over the side, a car in the water, out of all those?
I don't believe that statement was made, not to my knowledge.
Was there any indication that this was an accident or foul play?
That's still being investigated. If we'd like, we could turn it over for CHP can give some information. They are conducting the accident investigation utilizing their MATE team.
Good morning, Josh Ellers, Assistant Chief with CHP Valley Division based in Sacramento, which Truckey's a part of. I can confirm that our department is conducting a fatality traffic collision investigation. We're harnessing all of our resources, working with all of our partners here. As you see, we're utilizing our MATE team, our multidisciplinary accident investigation team, to harness more data from the vehicle that was recovered. Also, we've utilized all of our air resources to map and video and take photographs of the area in question. And That's currently ongoing, so I can't comment on the nature and details of that investigation, but I certainly appreciate all the partnership that we have here with our local county and state partners, and we'll continue to assist in any overarching way that we can as an agency.
Do we know how close the vehicle was to the actual party site?
I don't have the exact location in terms of distance, but it was relatively close to the area in question.
I have the exact location that I'll be showing you guys after this.
I couldn't say. I haven't seen the exact data and the mapping. That's still ongoing.
Did many partygoers leave by the same route?
You know, this is, I can't comment on all that, but what I can tell you is, and I think it's been discussed, is this is a very popular area. There's a lot of foot traffic, a lot of vehicular traffic on and off road. So certainly crisscrossed and a lot of extensive movement in that area continually throughout this time of year, sir.
Is there any suspicion that it could have been another car who maybe hit this car, or was it a one-person car?
I don't have that information that I could comment on at this time. What I can tell you is we'll do a thorough investigation. We'll take every bit and piece of information that we have, including what's already been provided to us, and we'll reach some conclusions that will be provided to the parties of interest at that time. Thank you.
Before Adventures with Purpose went out there this weekend, when was the last time that we had swimmers or divers from any of these 16 agencies out there searching that area?
I'd defer back to the Nevada County Sheriff for that question. Thank you.
Yeah, I would say that we actually have had divers, not necessarily in Prosser, but in lots of bodies of water up until even the days that they were there. There were many ponds they were following up on Coldstream, as well as other bodies of water. So I don't know that dive teams ever discontinued. It was more of trying to still follow up on all of those things. And I believe Adventures with Purpose also had been diving at other lakes as well within the area.
Is there any time frame from the time that Adventures with Purpose started, how long it took them to find it?
You're talking on Prosser Lake specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was relatively quickly, but I don't have an exact time. Like, again, we're gonna have to debrief with them, figure out, between putting equipment down, getting in the water, and identifying where the car was at.
Can you talk about what happened last night in terms of taking the car out? What kind of law enforcement was there, and what happened last night?
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the law enforcement partners you see behind me were present during that time, trying to do the best they could for ensuring that everything was done correctly, and also trying to add some levels of privacy to the best of the ability in worrying about the family and ensuring that they were covered as well. But I mean, beyond that, I don't know what your specific question is asking. But
Logistically, how do you get a car out that's offshore? How does that happen? And then where does the car go? What happens? What happens from last night when you arrived to today?
Yeah, so once the car was located, dive teams were assembled. I believe Placer County was probably still the primary dive team. They have to use lots of devices to lift the car, turn it over, and then the use of tow trucks was what made it possible for pulling the vehicle out of the water. And the vehicle is taken down. The FBI has offered up assistance and are going to be helping to conduct investigation regarding the vehicle itself, and making sure that we don't miss something that may be in there that we're not aware of.
Are you guys confident the car was in the water since the night of the party?
I have no reason to believe that it wasn't, but until we have those answers, I wouldn't know the answer to it.
Can you just clarify as far as what teams had been in that area before Adventures with Purpose, if any, on that specific, on Prosser?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost so many that it would be hard to link out between the different teams. There were numerous boats: Yuba County, Alameda, Nevada County, Placer County. Swimmers came from Washoe County. We had divers from every single one of those agencies and then some. I mean, it was a vast amount of people. And I would just say, unless you've conducted these types of searches and try to do it, it does take a level of expertise, and nothing's perfect. When you fly a helicopter over the air trying to identify if something is there, most places give that less than a 5% probability of detection, meaning if you flew over, you only have a 5% chance of seeing something. You had trees and brush and bushes and dirt and all these other things, and it becomes a pretty difficult task. Even though once you find the answer, on hindsight, everything looks 20/20. The reality is it's not that simple. It is pretty complex and it's tough. So again, we're just appreciative that the resources came out and were able to help us in locating it.
Were there signs that the person in the car tried to escape?
I think that's too preliminary for us to be able to determine that at this time.
Was there more than one body in the vehicle?
No, there was not more than one body in the vehicle.
describe the difficulty of what water does over 2 weeks to evidence.
It depends. That's a complicated question. I'm not an expert in water. However, temperature of the water and things like that come into play. But it can add difficulty based on many factors that can cause damage to obviously things that we want to look at to investigate, but also to bodies that may have been submerged for a period of time.
There likely could have been tire tracks or some type of signal that a car did go into the water there. Did rain impact that? Did this heavy activity in the area impede seeing those signs?
I think everything is a factor, but again, that's where we rely on the mate team from CHP to come in with their expertise and be able to provide some of those answers.
And it seems that Adventures with Purpose have pretty sophisticated equipment. Is this something that the agencies here have, or you all still need?
Yeah, I'll have to debrief with them to figure out what equipment exactly they use to see if it's items that we have or if it's a matter of training with the items that we have. So until we talk to them and know exactly what they used and how they went about it, I wouldn't be able to answer that correctly.
They also said the car was 14 feet deep. Did y'all go that far to look for the car?
Yeah, some of that information is sometimes deceiving. So yeah, the car was reported at 14 or 15 feet. However, the water level since the 6th has also dropped a vertical 3.5 to 4 feet, which could be 20 to 25 feet off of shore. So a lot of things have changed in those aspects. Until we really can look into all that information and sort through it, it's difficult to say whether those factors had a play in it or not. I think it's still more important for us to debrief, look at training, look at equipment, look at tools, and look at outside entities that are experts where this is maybe their full-time gig that they do, and try to see how we have that involvement from the community to come out and help support.
At this time, can you tell if there are any signs of foul play?
At this time, we're not going to be able to say anything like that.
It's been said that people were drinking at the party that night. Was anything found in the car that could lead you to believe that she was drinking that, what the person found was?
Yeah, the investigation's ongoing, so we're not going to be able to comment on that.
It seemed like where they found the car, it might have been pretty far from the road. Do you have suspicions that maybe the people were parking on that little island?
I wouldn't be able to comment on that either unless somebody gave some statements to that. I hadn't heard any information like that, though.
Do you have any theories as to how the car got in the water, and also what gear was the car found in?
I think if I make up theories, then I'm just guessing, and I'm going to lead us back into a trail that's not certain. So we'll wait until we have those facts and details. And as far as the car, we're not going to release any information until we've done a solid investigation on it.
Who received the first call from Adventures with Purpose, and what was that call like?
I don't know that we received a first call. I think we reached out to them after we read it online. And so I'm not sure, I mean, again, with 150 law enforcement officials, it's possible that a call came in and something happened. But from the Unified Command and talking with my partners, none of us were aware of an initial. So we tasked the investigative sergeant with contacting them and reaching out. So I believe, best I know, we did that proactively on our end.
And they contacted the family?
I think there's still some sketchy details on exactly how that contact went out. So I don't want to speak on behalf of the family.
What was it when you heard, you personally, when you heard that they might have found the car? What went through your head?
Well, I think what we all are thinking, which is hopefully this is true, and we got a lot of work ahead of us to make sure that we still do right by the family. Our biggest concern is making sure that the family has been aware of everything from day one, and that we're not shielding them, but we're also not bombarding them with things. There's a lot of ups and downs throughout this investigation, a lot of emotional turns throughout the whole thing, and our goal is to make sure we're supportive of the family throughout this whole task and doing our best in that.
How long will an investigation into the car, maybe that's for Highway Patrol or FBI, how long does an investigation to look at a car take to figure out what may have happened?
I mean, I think there's a lot of factors in that. I don't mind turning it over to CHP and let them.
Because obviously we have a multifaceted investigation with multiple agencies, it can take time. The FBI is working, evaluating the vehicle. We have to come in and do that. We want to allow them to work. We'll come in and examine data, examine the vehicle, have all of our investigators look at that car. So depending on circumstances, it can be several days, it could be several weeks. We also want to wait on other information related from the coroner's office and other things that all get compiled into a comprehensive investigation. So the easy answer is it could take a while.
All right, we've had an opportunity to hear from most reporters. Most have asked 2 questions. Is there anybody that had a follow-up question that they have not been able to ask yet?
Got a follow-up.
Go ahead, sir.
There was a report that Adventures with Purpose
was told by police that they did not need to search Foster, or at least in the specific area where the car was found, because that had been extensively searched already. Is that true?
Yeah, I'd say that's probably not accurate. And we shared maps, ping information, and locations. And so we probably shared that that was extensively searched and sonar was used, and that may add to the level of where they chose to go to first or last. However, nothing was prevented or shared. And I don't believe that we gave any indication that we thought we knew where she was at, because clearly from all of our daily press releases, we reported over and over again that we didn't know where she was at, and we needed anybody's help and assistance in finding that location.
But you were working in partnership with Adventure with Purpose?
Yeah, I believe that what ultimately occurred was that our sergeant was able to make contact with them, Sergeant Powers with the Placer County Sheriff's Office, come up with a plan and share information on where things were at. So we're still appreciative, like I said, of them being able to locate the vehicle.
Will they get the cash reward for helping find the vehicle and the body?
It's not a question I'll be able to answer.
May I ask, have you been able to determine a cause of death, and will there be a toxicology report conducted?
The question was, have we determined cause of death, and will there be a toxicology inquest? Yes. Autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow. Toxicology results generally take 4 to 6 weeks for a return on those. And at that time, we will provide that back over to Nevada County.
Does anyone from the family want to make any comments at this point specifically about this massive search and all the tips that came in?
Don't believe they do at this point. Yeah. So with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up the press conference. Thank you all for coming here today. We certainly appreciate it, and pay attention to both Placer County Sheriff's Office as well as Nevada County Sheriff's Office as we continue to share details as they become available. So thank you.
Okay, so there we have it. Really not a lot that has came out. Let me just get out of this here. But like I said, if you guys go to my community tab, you will see a photo that I just posted there. You can clearly see that as they're pulling the car out, this was from a video this picture was taken from. But as they're pulling the car out of the water, the two front windows are gone already. And the window in the passenger seat behind the driver is half open. They immediately covered up the back of the car. So that's where I feel she would have been, just by the way that they covered it. I don't think that she was in the front of that car, which is going to open it up to more speculation and everything else. But I want to say, I want to wait and see. But from what I could clearly see, and from the photo, from the video, as it's coming out of the water, the two front windows were broken out, and the back window behind the driver was half opened. So to me, I feel if she was alive when she went in that water, she would have been able to get out. If not the two front windows, she would have been able to get out the back window. I also did notice that they covered the back of the car first. It did not look, you could see through the front of the car. She was not in the front seat of the car. So there's things there that we're going to have to watch for to how they explain this. Well, once Mary Michael, we won't know anything until Adventures with Purpose is debriefed. And when they find the car, they try, if the windows are up, they do try and look through the windows to see if they can see anything. So they would have already debriefed the police with when they first got to the car before touching anything. Was she in the front? Was she in the back? Was she in the very back? Stuff like that. Was she belted in a seat belt? They would have all that information to give because you could clearly see through the windows there. They were smashed out, and the back one was it was rolled down halfway. So they would have been able to see that. They did identify that she was in the car, so they would have known exactly where she was in that car before they did anything. I don't think the airbags, you have to be going a certain mile an hour before they're deployed. If it was just put in neutral and pushed into the water, the airbags would not have gone off. So this is what I can say, and this is only my opinion, you guys. When Adventures with Purpose seen the car on radar and they dove on the car to see if it was Kiely's car, before the first thing they're going to do is check the license plate. Okay, the license plate match. The next thing they're going to do is try and see through the windows to see if there is a body in there. So what does that tell us? That tells us that yes, it was her car. They validated the plate. They looked through those windows before moving anything, and they said that there is remains in the car. So they would know exactly where the remains were. If she was seatbelted in somewhere, anything like that, they would have all that information. That's why the police debrief them. So we'll have to wait. I don't want to make any speculations or anything, but this is what I think that we do know at this point. I believe it's Kiely. We can clearly see by the photos, and this photo was taken of the video. Okay, so this is as the car is coming out. I did give a link last night that you could have went and watched this yourself. It's still there. You can go back and watch it if you want. But as that car is coming out of the water, you can clearly see that those windows were smashed out or rolled all the way down in the front, and the one behind the driver was halfway rolled down. I believe that that was done so the car sank faster. So with that being said, and I'm just giving my opinion here, if that is the case, she would have been able to get out of that car. That's why I'm saying I do not believe that she was alive when that car went in the water. Mary Michael, we would be just speculating on that at this point. If she was strapped in the back, or if she was in the very, very back, there's ways that these guys can find out what happened. Okay, so no, Adventures with Purpose doesn't go through the car for evidence, but they clearly seen a body in there. So this is what I mean, Kat. I'm not saying that they go in and search all through the car to see what they can find. No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is because the windows are open, they did obviously look in through the windows because they seen a body. They will know exactly where that body was when they seen it before anything was touched, before they started trying to pull it out. So, if they say, okay, look, we seen the body way in the back of the car. So it's not us pulling it out of the water that floated her body back there. Okay, that's what I'm getting at. They clearly did look through the car to see, not look through, but look through the windows where they could see if there was a body in there, because they did announce that there is a body in the car. Yeah, the FBI is going to go over that. Oh, okay, Kat. Thank you. I thought you were saying they don't go through the car forever, that they didn't look through the car. Sorry about that. The chat's going like, okay, yes, the FBI will search everything. They are going to be able to figure out exactly what happened. No, Lisa, they do not bust windows or anything like that. And Adventures with Purpose did not say that the windows were all out, were all intact or up. They did not say that. I don't know where you heard that, but that's not what they said. You can clearly see this picture that I posted on my community tab was as the car was coming out of the water. As the car was coming out of the water, you could see there's no way that you can roll down a window when the car is underwater. It's not going to happen. These windows were broken out before that car went in the water, or they were already all rolled down. The back one was halfway rolled down. That was done before it went in that water. They have video cameras on them, bro. As they're diving on the car, they have body cams on them to show exactly what they're doing. I don't know. I didn't see that. And they don't break windows. I'm telling you right now, they cannot break the windows or nothing. They don't break windows. Absolutely not, because then they're messing with evidence. They do not break windows. Water would automatically drain out from all around the doors and everything. Thank you, Becky. They do not break windows. They are messing with evidence at that point if they do that. They do not break windows. So thank you, Becky, for that. They could have broken out when the car rolled. 2 windows to break out when there's not enough damage on the roof of the car for those windows to break out. The side mirror is broken, and I believe that's from somebody smashing that window. Maybe she was in, I don't want to get into speculation, but maybe she locked herself in the car and somebody wanted to get in that car and use something to try and break the windows and broke the mirror. I don't know. That's why I'm saying I want to wait. I'm just giving my opinion. But even rolling, the car just rolling like that would not necessarily smash out both windows. There's not enough damage there. Like if there was like the roof caved in a bit or something like that, or there was big bangs on the door from hitting something as it flipped or whatever, yes, but there's no damage done to the car. So we're gonna leave it like that because I'm not gonna get into speculation. Yes, and you can see clearly in the photo I posted, and that is from the video. There's no way that those divers broke any windows. No way, because then you would have the chance of her body floating out of the car or any evidence in there floating out of the car. That's why they don't break windows. They leave it the way they find it and they pull it the way they find it. Some of them put netting around the car so they don't lose anything, but obviously they didn't have that. Okay, Sandra James, let's not nitpick here. I'm talking about the front windows. I wasn't even talking about the back window. I know the back is a hatchback. I wasn't even talking about the back window. I was talking about the front windows. The 2 front, the driver's seat beside the driver and the 2 seats behind. People got to nitpick at everything. Same as when I mentioned that the car was found at Prosser Lake. Oh, it's not Prosser Lake. It's Prosser Lake Reservoir. Like, excuse me, when I'm in a hurry and trying to get this information out, like stop nitpicking, please. Becky, there's just too much that's there. You can go back and read them. I believe there's 2. You can find them in my video tab. That's right. No, they would not break any windows. No, just exactly, Becky. That could very well be. That mirror could have broke when they flipped the car. We don't know. And exactly, there's not much damage done to that car to bust out windows. And flipping it over in the water would not bust out those windows. And nowhere have I seen them saying that the windows were intact. No, you're wrong. Please stop spreading false information. Okay, bye, Sandra. Thank you, Becky. Yes, and that's what we're going to have to wait for. We got to wait for the autopsy to come back. They said that's going to be done tomorrow, so hopefully we get maybe some information from that. If there was any violence to her body, they're going to see that in the autopsy. Now, They'll see if there was water in the lungs. They will see all of that in the autopsy. What's going to take some time is the toxicology. That could take really a lot of time. So tomorrow we should have more information on this. And I mean, it's not that I can't wait. It's just, it's going to put a lot of this bull crap that's going around and being said and the speculation and people making things up. It's going to put it all to rest. You know what I mean? So, and the toxicology, that's one thing that I can't wait for. Like, I'll be sitting on pins and needles. Like, I want to see what was in her system. Okay, I'm just going to start removing comments. Unless you can give me the link where Adventures with Purpose, because I've watched everything since last night. That's how I'm able to bring you this. Nowhere have I seen at all that they said the windows were all intact. Number one, the back window behind the driver was rolled down halfway. So right there proves you wrong. They've not said that. Stop it. Stop. If I have not physically seen it, then I'm not putting it here. And I've watched everything Adventures with Purpose has put out, both on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And I have not seen them say that those windows were all intact and open. It would be an automatic lie because the back window, as it's coming out of the water, was rolled down halfway. They're not going to go in the car and roll down the window underwater. It wouldn't happen. They wouldn't do that. So that's why I'm saying it was not said. So anybody else that wants to post that, you're going to be blocked. I've asked it, stop posting it because it's not verified. Right. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of people are grumpy. I'm grumpy right now because I've been up trying to gather all the information, watching for information. I've got a gender reveal I'm trying to plan. I've got my normal life here with things I've got to do. I'm out going shopping for my grandbaby for this party and everything else. And it's like, well, goodbye, Please do not unsubscribe. At this point, I don't care. I'm trying to bring you guys factual information. If you don't like it, bye. There you go. You don't have to leave. I just blocked you. There you go. I don't need this garbage. I'm trying my best to bring you verified information. That's what I bring here. I don't allow the speculation and everything to run rampant like other channels do in their chat. And then nobody knows anything and everybody's confused. And then they spread the rumors and they just keep spreading. I bring factual, verified information. If you don't like that, then please go to one of the other channels where they want to talk about speculations and everything. Please go ahead. I'm bringing you verified information. Yeah, and if you don't like it, go make your own channel. Exactly. Thank you, Amanda. Goodbye. Exactly, Cube G1. That's what they're going to be able to figure out. Yeah, Amanda, I think the last time I'd said I was going to do a read, I was going to do the train read to see if I could pinpoint an area, but that's when Adventures with Purpose, thank God, found her. So I may do an updated one, you guys. Like I said, my plate is so full. I got 2 hours sleep that I'm going on. So am I a little grumpy? Yes. But I've asked over and over, please don't put unverified information out there. I keep this verified. But yeah, I think I was going to do a train read, I believe, but they found her. So, and yes, like I said, Cube, I think I was here. It could very well be that it was put there. Yes, thank you. Oh, thank you, Desi Marie. And yes, I'm sorry if I'm grumpy. Like I said, you guys have had 2 hours sleep. I'm trying to plan a party. I'm trying to stay on top of this for all of you to bring you verified information. So when I've said it over and over, not to keep repeating something and they keep doing it, I get a little peeved. I'm taking time out of what other things that I should be doing to bring this to you. Yeah, Mary Michael, I haven't done one in a while. I may do one with Dylan Rounds too. When they first seen it, it was upside down. They had to turn it over to bring it out of the water. But from what I seen of the videos, you guys, there wasn't like a lot of brush and rock and all that around that car where the car was. So I don't know how anything could be. That's why there was no damage done to the car. If you look at that car in the picture, you'll see the picture. It's on my community tab. There's no damage done to the car. You don't see any bangs, dings, dents, roof cave in, nothing. So they turned the car over to, when they found it, it was upside down. Yes. So they did flip it. You're very welcome, EK. Sherry says, I'm grumpy all the time. I'm never grumpy. So if people are going to complain about one time out of the last 2 years that I've come on here grumpy, oh, well, goodbye. I don't have time for it. I've got another grandbaby coming that I'm trying to arrange a party for. Plus take care of my daily things here and keep up on all of this and watch everywhere with information coming out. If they don't like it, well, they can leave. I'm not holding nobody here. That's another thing that I would like to know, Boho. So when the police do go over the car, they are going to be looking for that, right? We'll know more as the investigation continues. Oh, thank you, Lynette. Oh, you just made my day. Thank you. Me too. Sherry, can you make me one? Double, please. What? Rosie, what? Now there's a little boy missing, Tucker. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my God. Thank you, Nana. Amanda, I'm in Canada, but she says, do you have any local contacts in the area that could be looking for when they do an accident reconstruction? I'd be surprised if they didn't on this case. I wonder too, because as you heard in the presser that we just heard, some of the reporters were asking, were there tire tracks leading to her going in there? Now, outside of this case, I'm not talking about Kiely's case specifically. I know when a car goes in the water, sometimes it does float for a bit before it starts going down. Now, if those windows were, I know absolutely that back window was half open. Somebody opened that, and it wasn't done by any divers or anything else. That's the way it came out of the water. Water was pouring out of those windows as it was coming out. So those windows were broken. Did somebody do that? We don't know. So yes, I would assume that they would do some kind of reconstruction, Amanda. So it's going to be interesting to see what they bring out over the next couple of days. I'll be doing my best to watch for it. 2 possible train reads have to go by. Oh, Mary, I love you. Yes, Emma, I agree. But right now, I can only blame it on myself for lack of sleep. Like I said, I watched this most of last night, trying to see if anything else was going to be put out. When I went to go to sleep, I kept seeing Kylie's face over and over, and that car coming out. I shouldn't have watched it. I watched the whole thing with that car coming out. Watched it really closely for just this reason, what we're doing right now. And I just couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. It was like I think I seen 4:30 a.m. and then I was up again at 7. So 2.5 hours sleep. Plus trying to plan this party. I've got a living room full of gifts and everything that I'm trying to get put away so my daughter doesn't see what they are when she comes in, so she doesn't know the gender. We're having a gender reveal on Thursday at 1, which I'm going to have to rush through because I'm going to be online with you guys again, bringing you the Letitia Stout hearing for her evaluation results. So I'm going to be rushing through the gender reveal. So I'm here at 3:15 on Thursday for you guys. So, I mean, I've got a lot on my plate. I'm trying to get a lot done. And yes, the Mercury retrograde is not helping. We don't know that yet, Desi Marie. We don't know that. Exactly. No damage to that car shows that it went straight into the water. Now, was it driven in or was it put in neutral and pushed in? We don't know, you guys. We have to wait and see. Oh, I love you too. Oh, thank you, Desi. I appreciate that. Yeah, and I don't like, where's my brother? Where's my brother? Yeah, a black asleep Radmilla is not good at all. I'm usually pretty chipper and cheery and pretty understanding, but I mean, I asked 2, 3, 4, 5 times, please stop saying that because I can't verify it, and they still continued. So, hit gas instead of brake and lost control. That could be an explanation for minor damage. It could. It could very well be, Carrie. We don't know yet. No. Law enforcement was not in the water. A winch is put around the axles of the car. They do not break windows out. I'm telling you, they would not break windows out underwater because they would be scared to lose evidence inside. It doesn't happen. They don't do it. And it wasn't law enforcement in there. It was divers. Oh. Oh, thank you, RBQ426. I appreciate. I'm not grumpy usually like this, so oh, you're a new follower. Well, thank you, and you will see. Please keep following me. You'll see I'm not like this usually. I'm just really tired. I'm drained. I'm tired. Yeah, I just got too much that I have promised to do for you guys, so you guys know I keep my promise. Whether I gotta stay up all night to do it, I do it. And I was sick for about a month and a half, and you guys didn't get what you're used to getting from me, so I've got that to make up for. But thank you. I appreciate you, Emma. They didn't use the airbags this time, you guys. They didn't use the airbags. Oh, quickly put that up. Yes, so sad. Right now, that's, yes. Prayers to the family. Pink hearts for Sammy, please. Yeah, so I'm wondering if there is going to be, and now there was something else, Boho, that I had, I wanted to say it with your last comment, that I did hear from law enforcement. One of their interviews said that it did rain afterwards. So with what you're saying here, the soil is desert soil, compact and hard at the shoreline, not muddy. Okay, I'm going to show you guys something. So I don't know if the rain would have taken away any tracks, but I want to show you guys something here. that I found interesting. Now, I don't know if this was done by searchers or if this is a normal thing that happens out there. Okay, I told you I would show you exactly where she was found. Oh, sorry, you guys. See. Oh, hi, Willow. I want to make something for the baby. Please send a photo of example of cocoons. Oh, thank you, Sherry. You are a doll. You are a doll. Thank you. Okay, so let me get back up, caught up on chat here. Yes, did I say a different name? I'm sorry. Like I said, you guys, please forgive me. I did. I probably meant Kiely. I don't know. I don't even remember what I said. But if I said another name, I'm sorry. I said I'm tired, you guys. Okay, let me share this. Okay. So here is where they were camping. Now, this is other information that I found out. I can't say Sherry right now because my daughter could be on here listening. But I can say it after Thursday. If you want to come in, I will be on live Thursday at 3:15 covering the Letitia Stout case. If you want to come in then, I can tell you. But I can't tell you now in case she's lurking in the background. But thank you. You are a sweetheart. Thank you so much. Okay, so now what I've seen from law enforcement, they were interested in this campsite number 4 right here. I had to go through hoops to try and find this. This is what I've been doing since being up and not sleeping all night, you guys. This campsite right here is apparently what they were looking at. Right here. Campsite number 4. Now, we were told that the party happened over here somewhere. But what I am seeing from law enforcement is they were investigating this area. This here was public washrooms. Now, do you remember in my Sammy thing where I said red flags when she said we went to the restroom and we also did a pop and squat and people went all over? She didn't mean that. She meant that they went into the forest. This here is actual washrooms where you can get water and everything. So at some point, they went over here. Thank you for that, my sister. Thank you for the super chat. I've been asked, I've got about 100 requests now for that one since the Kiely one just broke. Like I said, my email, I probably got still about 200 emails there that I haven't even seen, you guys. I've been up half the night trying to figure this all out. What I did do is get this area here that police were looking at. And if you remember the red flags, where Sammy said they went to the restrooms, and then she says, hey, we went into the forest a couple times and did pop squats or pop and squat, whatever, peeing in the forest. And I said, that is significant that she said that. Restrooms and going pee in the woods is not the same thing. So when I seen that they were concentrating on campsite number 4, and I don't know why it says that's where the party was, but anyway, this is campsite 4, right off of the campsite web thing, whatever. I can't think straight, you guys. Right here is washrooms, but they were partying over in this area right here. I think I just moved it when I found it being half asleep. So if they were here, why would they walk all the way over here? And that's the only restrooms that I see here is right here. And these are the ones that are listed on Prosser Family Campsite website right here. You can get water, there's garbage bins, and there is washrooms. And the police were searching this area for something. So, did somebody have a campsite set up for after the party? The party was over in this area here. Now, This, remember yesterday I said, okay, they found her in the water. This looks like the deepest right here. I had been drawn over here for some reason. I don't know why, but I was drawn here. This is where the police had searched, right around here at the boat ramp. This is where she was found, right here. This right now is full of water in here. This is from 2020 or newer. So when you see the Adventures with Purpose and the helicopter stuff, Adventures with Purpose, I got a picture of their trucks lined right up here, and it's right here. It was like 55 feet from shore. But this right now, like I said, this is from 2020 and newer. This right here is filled with water right now. It doesn't look like there's much in it here. It's probably up to about here where you see the darkness here. That's how much water is in there now. The water runs this way. It flows in this direction. So when they say that a car goes in water and floats for a bit, that car could have gone in anywhere here to float down to here. It could have gone directly in here. We don't know, but we do know that it can float up to 12 feet before it starts going down. She was found 55 feet off of this. Let's see how good I can get of a shot of this. Okay, so here's the shoreline. The water was 6 feet higher, so probably up to this here. Good 6 feet up, maybe up to about here. The water was 6 feet deeper when the car went in the water. I believe that car went in the water when her phone went dead at 12:30. So it's impossible for anybody else to message anybody from her phone after 12:30. And Sammy has put out there that she messaged her at 12:33 or 12:36 and said, do you still need a ride? Impossible. Her last ping was at 12:30. So that's kind of setting up a timeline of what time that car went in the water. Okay. So, and if you look at it this way, how did I have that? Right here. There are also photos taken from this side for some reason. I don't know if law enforcement was on this side, but they said they came around and they searched all this. Now, another thing I want to point out is here are main roads, okay? This is a main road. These little things that you see coming off here are for four-wheelers and stuff like that, where they come down the hills. And I'm going to show you. This is what they do. You see all this? You see all these tire marks and all these squirrely, those are four-wheelers. Four-wheelers and dune buggies, whatever they do, that's who comes down through here. This area here, as you can see, looks like it's very bumpy. Like, I don't see her coming off the main road. And if she hit in here, her car would have probably got hung up somewhere in here. These ruts are very deep. So, also, these are all trees here, like bushes and trees. She would have got hung up somewhere there. Now, if she would have made it down this way, her car would have went off. If she went straight down through here, say hit the gas, whatever, she would have went in over here somewhere. The water runs this way, so it would have pushed her car this way. For her car to be here, she would have had to go in over here somewhere, which means she would have had to come down here and turn in this way. Yes, they will see if she has any jewelry or anything on. That'll be all done in the autopsy. Okay, but this tells me that this is a very popular area for four-wheelers and stuff like that. Look at, they even go through the muck here. Usually, like right now, this is all water. This is probably a couple feet of water right now. This area here is all under at least a couple feet of water right now. As this recedes, it goes down. But you can clearly see there's vehicles going by in and out of here. So this is a popular area to four-wheelers. So somebody that drives four-wheelers would know about this area here. We can go over here too. It looks like they do go up and down here too. You can see tire tracks and where they do donuts and everything all over. So this is a very popular area for probably locals to come and do their four-wheeling and stuff like that. You can see it all here. All around this area is very popular. Look at that for four-wheelers. Looks like somebody got stuck right there. Look at that. Look at them tracks, how deep they are. Somebody got stuck. So I could see her getting stuck coming down here. And don't forget, when they had the tow truck there, they were way back here with the tow truck, with the flatbed, sorry. And I believe it's because this area here, up until I guess maybe a week ago, was underwater up to here. So this water came up to about here. So I think that it was still very soft, this area here. So that's why they had the flatbed back up in here. I did post some pictures from yesterday. So in the video and that, you guys, when they're down here at water level, this is the road that you see law enforcement coming down and leaving through. Okay. Well, Mary Michael, we don't know yet. We don't know yet what is going to be found in that car and what's not going to be. That we won't know that for some time. Okay, so let's go back out this way, you guys. Okay, so here's the campground where they were partying. If she would have left, okay, let's go out even further. This is where she lived over here. Oops, sorry. This is where she lived right here. Sorry, you guys, I am really tired. So she would have had to come down this way to get either to go through this way and come down or this way and come back, whatever. She would have had to come down this road, which means she would have left that park. Here's the main entrance. Okay, here's the main entrance right here to the park. So she would have had to come out this one here or this one here, or came down this way and come out here to get down here, to come down here, to go this way to go home. She would have came in this direction to go home from the camp. They put cables on one side of the car, underneath, around, probably through the rims to pull it upright. And then to pull it out, they put chains around the axles. Adventures with Purpose doesn't use magnets to pull them out. A magnet would not pull out that car. They did not use any airbags. There was no airbags being used. Yes. So please, they did not use airbags. They did not use magnets to pull it. Yes, it was upside down in 14 feet of water. What they would do is they would attach a couple of chains to the front and back tire on the one side and pull on that way to flip it over. And before they even flipped it over, they would have already had their chains on the back axle to pull it out because it went in front first, as if it was just driven right in. So they would have already had chains on the back of it to hook up to once they flipped it over. To flip it over, they would have put chains on through the wheels, the rims on the wheels to pull it over, and then take that off and then hook up to the chains that they have attached to the back axle to pull it out. Yeah, they use the magnets to locate the vehicle. Like once they see a vehicle on sonar, then they put their magnet down to see if it's metal or not. And if it attaches, boom, they got something metal, right? So thank you for that, Kick Your Ass 31YT. Yes, they use the magnets that way. That's got to be your phone, sis. Yes, they use a sonar. Yes, we went over all that yesterday. Okay, so she would have had to come out down here. Now, did she go this way, down and around? Did she come this way? I don't know if her vehicle has GPS tracking. It's a 213. Very possible it could. So she could have went straight through here and then came out, or came down this way and came out if she was going to go home. How she got there, I don't know which way. Did she come in this way to get to the party? If she was going to go home, you would assume she would have went back the same way. I'm still not convinced that she was drunk. And the reason I'm going to say that, you guys, is because in Sammy's own interview, she said, me and Kiely drank out of the same cup. So if Kiely was smashed, then you were smashed. How could you remember all those intricate details if you were that smashed? You wouldn't. And to know, oh, I can't go home with her because she's drunk. You know what I mean? Like, if you're drinking out of the same cup, then you're each drinking the same amount and whatever, and you will both be highly intoxicated. I don't think Kiely was highly intoxicated. She called her mother at 11:30 and said that she would be leaving at 12:15. I think that if she was highly intoxicated, she would have been slurring her words and whatever. Her mother would have caught that. Okay, so Emma Jane is giving people some help here. Clear your cache on your phone and erase some of the stuff that you don't need from your phone. That's what I had to do to stop my apps from crashing. Thank you for that, Emma Jane. Yeah, it is. It's just so disturbing. It's so depressing. There's so many possibilities. Let's wait and see what comes out that we can verifiably say is fact. Yes, I thought that her phone and that could be in the woods over here somewhere. I think when people left, they could have thrown a phone or something out here. So that's why I wanted this area searched too. But yeah, right from the very first, it was like, yeah, she's in the car and it's in water. But yes, as far as the cell phone, I believe if it's not in the car with her, it's going to be this other area I was drawn to. So which would be, can't blow this up. This could be one of the entrances that everybody left from. I believe that it would be found here somewhere, tossed. But from what we see now, there could still very well be evidence of some kind here. Because I was drawn to this area too. But for her phone to be off at 12:30 and she's gone, I believe that it's probably in the water with her. But if not, then they've smashed it, turned it off, whatever. And I think that this area over here should be searched for it, because I think they would have tossed it as they were leaving the park, so they couldn't be tracked as to which way they went or anything. I believe it's over here. And that's the only explanation that I could come up with to see why they would throw it here. For it never to be found, because maybe they're scared something's on that phone that could trace back to somebody if they were involved. I don't know. So if it's not with them, I think it's over here. Oh, the last ping was at 12:30. And then the phone went dead. It couldn't be pinged again after that. Yes, I did see that. I played it for you guys. So I was watching it. And he did say, I think he was just thinking, okay, am I allowed to say this? Should I say it? Shouldn't I? But he did confirm that there's only one body in the car. They could be looking for the necklaces. Did they toss or like think that they were going to maybe steal her necklaces? If there's somebody else involved, did they think that they're going to steal her necklaces, take her phone, and then said, "Frig, we could be traced by that. Throw it out here." I don't know, you guys. That's why I'm saying we're going to have to wait until all the information is released. What they did is they had screens or whatever you want to call those things put up so people couldn't see. And they had a tent up also. So they could, if they were going to remove her body or if they found anything else in the search, that it would be brought in under that tent. Oh yes. Oh yes, Mary Michael. Oh yes, it is. I'm trying to calm myself down here. Like I said, I'm stressed out. I'm tired. I'm grumpy. A cigarette's going to calm me a bit. Oh my God. Stephanie, I'm removing that comment. There's nothing there. Stephanie says, why did she turn off her location? She didn't turn off her location at midnight. Because if she turned off her location at midnight, I removed the comment, but here it is. If she did turn off her phone at her location at midnight, they wouldn't have got her phone pinging there. Doesn't make sense. This is what I mean. There's been so much things put out there, you guys. It's brought here and people, well, this happened, that happened, this happened, that happened. No, it didn't. And 90% of the information, you're relying on Sammy, who can't even keep her own story straight. It doesn't make sense. Like, that's why I say verified information. That's all. She did not turn off her location at midnight because if she did, you wouldn't have got the other pings. Oh, if I was only a liar, Emma Jane, I would have said that. Oh, but no, I lit a cigarette. Like I need it. I need to calm down. Okay, let's keep personal stuff out of the chat, please. We're chatting about this case. It may have been hospice doll, but I feel those windows were opened, and the front ones could be that they're not smashed, but they're rolled down all the way. The back one is only rolled down halfway. That would mean anybody with any knowledge about stuff like this would know, well, let's roll the windows down because then the car will sink faster and it'll be out of sight quicker. That's what I'm thinking right now, okay? I didn't see that Aquarius star. I think they had the area blocked off so nobody other than law enforcement and the recovery team could go past there. That's probably why they had that roped off. I wish we knew that, EK. Yeah, you could see the driver's seat through the window and it was pushed all the way back. I do believe that they are going to release it. Brenda, I don't know what you're saying. AVP said all WIB. I don't know what you mean. And if you're going to say that, okay, that's it. Brenda, I just said to stop with that. They did not say the windows were all up. if I have not seen it, that I can verify that they said that, I'm not putting it out. You can cause a lot of problems for somebody accusing them of saying things that they didn't say. So until I see it, it's not coming into this chat. I've asked about 20 times now, stop saying that. And it's AWP, not AVP, Adventures with Purpose. They did not say that. I have not been able to verify that anywhere. I've asked about 20 times for people to stop putting that in chat, and you did it again, so now you're timed out. Yeah, I did see other people commenting on that, EK, that said that since it is Sammy's car and everything else, she's now privated her Instagram. Where did that comment just go? Darlene. I was thinking they might have thought that with the windows open, it would destroy evidence or she would float out. That could very well be, Darlene, if somebody else is involved. Mary Michael, she caught me red-handed. I still love you, Mary Michael. Yes, I seen the ex-boyfriend's post, and what really creeped me out about that, I don't know how many of you have seen it and who hasn't, is with what he says. It's like he's under whatever the hell they do, or like he was so like nonchalant about it, like not, oh my God, they just found her and all upset. I didn't see that. So yeah, his response to her car being found creeped me out. So that's, and I forget what he said. He said something along the lines. Like I said, you guys, I've seen all of this because I've been up all night just watching and all morning in between my kettle boiling and getting this done and more stuff coming in and things being dropped off and trying to find places to put everything. I'm checking the computer 100 times. So I did see that, and it creeped me out when he said, well, whatever the hell they do or whatever it is they do. It's like, no, it's not what I would have expected. It creeped me out. But he's a kid too. So I don't know. Until I got myself some sleep and really watched it all again, I don't like it. I didn't like it, put it that way. Yes, I did see the whole video. I'm the one that posted the link for you guys to go and watch it, and I cannot verify that I seen it then. No. Oh, are you talking, Aquarius? Are you talking about the stuff that was right at the bank? Hang on. Let's go back to the picture here. Okay, so I can't, well, there was a bunch of stuff right at the side of the water here. I think that was their scuba gear and stuff. It could be stuff that, I don't know if they found anything else in the water. I don't know. But to me, it looked like all their equipment. Sherry, I hope you were right. Hello, Red Fingernails. Yes, justice for Gary. Yeah, where is she now talking out about her friend? Like, it just, it's odd. It doesn't make sense, you guys. Kate, I don't know, but I have heard that it rained afterwards. So I don't know if it was that night that it rained. I don't know. I can't verify that yet. But I did hear one of the law enforcement say Something about it rained. I don't know. I'd have to verify that first before I could 100% say, yes, this is why. But you would think that you would see tracks. But like I said, this area, look at this area. Look at all the tracks. And this is in 2020 or newer. Look at all the tracks here. People obviously use this for four-wheeling, go-karting, whatever they use out there. And you can see that people were getting stuck. Look at. So I would assume she would have gotten stuck, especially with the water receding. I don't know. It looks like pretty deep tracks here from vehicles. So I don't know. I don't know how to answer that yet. I don't have verified information. So I'm not going to speculate on that, but yeah, Sherry's been there's, he put out a very short clip. April, I have no idea. No idea. I would assume the electrical would short out as soon as it went in the water, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know enough about that, but knowing electricity and water don't mix, I would assume that the electrical stuff in the car, it's a 213, so 90% of it is computer chips and electrical. I would think, now this isn't verified, but I would think that everything would short out as it hit when it went in the water. Incognito Mom says not everyone freaks out outwardly. No, it's true. Some of his language was strange though, but just finding out that your ex-girlfriend is dead, you think that, I don't know how he could talk the way that he talked without, I don't know. It just doesn't seem to me like somebody that was really caring. You know what I mean? No connection. Like if what he said came from somebody that didn't know Sammy, I would understand it more. But not from somebody who was in love and going out with her and all this, no, I don't. And wanting to find her and all this, no, I don't get his response and how some of the words he said. I'm not saying he had anything to do with it. It's just very odd. I'm probably going to get reamed out here, but I don't think he had anything to do with it. But I do think that he may have found out some information that he's not coming forward with. I don't think he had anything to do with it. Yep, none, zero. Okay, so let me stop sharing this. And I will pull that up. Just give me a sec, you guys. I'm half asleep. Okay. Okay, let me just share my screen, you guys. I just gotta make sure there's nothing else up here that, okay. Okay. This is as they're pulling it out, you can clearly see the car, and you can clearly see there's no sunroof. These bars going across are like roof racks. There is no sunroof in this car. Unfortunately, you guys are going to have to see all this. This is as they're pulling it out. Okay, so they've got the whole car covered here, but before they do that, let me just play it from here. Oh, crap. Yeah, they jumped. They cut it off because you can clearly see right through the car. They cut it off. Okay, so stop right here. Are you talking about this stuff here? Somebody said that there was stuff. Looked like it could be other stuff. The stuff that was piled here was their gear. It was these screening things that they put up. It's like a barrier, so people could not see if they were standing over here or whatever, because they had this area roped off. And they put these screening things up. I watched them put them up, and they're like temporary walls or whatever. Okay, hang on. On the left side is just people. There's nothing. This is a command center. Oh, I see what you're talking about right here. Is that the area you're talking about? Because I see an area right here. It looks like a square roped off. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I didn't see that before. So maybe that's, remember I said earlier when I was showing you the video, I said her car would have had to go on in over here somewhere. So there you go. So she would have had to come down that hill and then turn right to end up over here, because the hill comes down this way towards here. Like that roadway comes down like this towards over here if she was to go straight. So to go over there, she would have had to come down and then turn, like do a sharp right turn to get over there, which I don't see her doing, because if she did drive herself through here, she wouldn't have realized anything if she was all drunk and stuff till she hit the water. So why would she have turned there? She wouldn't have. So that's what I was saying. I think her car went in over here. It floats for about 12 minutes or something. Not even, maybe 12 feet. Why did I say minutes? 12 feet. No, the staging area was here and back here. Oh, crap. Oh, let me see. There's more of it down here. Uh-oh. Here we go here. Yeah, see, it's not quartered off. In this here, it's not quartered off yet. So I think these people could be going over there to do that, or it's up a bit more. I don't know. But here's where they're pulling the car out, and the first thing they do is cover the back. I've got that picture as it's coming out right here, and you can see right through the front of the car. But as the car is coming out, you can clearly see there is no sunroof. These are roof racks. There's one here and there's one here. There's no, like Sammy said, oh, there's a sunroof too. There's no sunroof on this car. Oh, crapola. Sorry, guys. Okay. This is before they even started pulling it out. See, it's not quartered off yet. I don't know how many of you have seen this video. There's a good, oh yes it is, right there. Right there. Thank you, Boho. Thank you for that. I thought you were talking about this stuff down here. This is where they got those things that they're going to put up, like temporary walls, whatever you call them things. But here's the other tent that they had up. This is not Adventures with Purpose, you guys. This is the forensics and everything, I think. Let's see. They really pan out here. Okay, so here's the area again up here that they've got quartered off. This is forensics or whatever here too. This is the tent they put up. See what I mean by the truck is really far back from the water? Here's the car still under the water right there. Because I do believe that this up to here was all underwater until recently. So you can see as the car's coming up here, you guys, there's no, whoops, let me get a better. There's no sunroof. These are the two roof racks. Okay, let me see if I can, because I know I don't know if it's in this part of the video. Okay, so here's where they got it quartered off. Let me just see through here. I'm trying to see you guys. I'm trying to find these other. It's a different angle. Yeah, this is where they cut it because they actually showed it coming out. Okay, they're turning back around. So let's see. I know it's farther. There's the one. Okay, there's a wider shot. I don't see any other cool. I see these. Yeah, see, they were walking over to put this up. And it looks like it almost goes down, and maybe not. Maybe it's just the lighting. There we go. See what I mean, you guys? If she came straight down, she would end up over here somewhere. It's pretty close. But here's the area right here that they quartered off. See, that's what I mean. She would have had to come down here and then go this way. And if you're drunk and you're driving, you're going to try and stay as straight as you can. I can't see her coming down here and then going this way. But the car would have had to go in over here because there is a little bit of a current there that is going down this way. So if her car went in here, it could have brought it over to here because her car was actually out here. It's a little closer. I don't see any other cones. Yeah, there's a square here with 4 cones and yellow tape right here. I did get that in the video. You can see it right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 cones and then yellow tape. So like I said, her car was found over here. They flipped it over and then dragged it up. This would have brought her straight down in here. And so her car would have floated for a bit, probably would have ended up over here. So for her car to go in, float for about 12 feet, they say, that's about, I don't know how many, no, that's more than 12 feet. I don't know. But for her to go in, if that's tire tracks or whatever over there, I do see tire tracks here. And she would have had to come down here and then go in over here. What is here? That's what I would be interested in. Yep, there. You can see it clearly now. Here. But like I said, you guys, this place is full of these tracks from the four-wheelers, right? Like you see them a bit up here. I did show you on, oh crap, I closed my map. Hang on. Oh crap, I didn't have to do that. Hang on, you guys. Oh my God, can you tell I'm tired? Okay, hang on. Let me get this back up. Okay. See this? And this is from 2020 to recently. See all this? These are all tire tracks, you guys. From people four-wheeling or whatever. So where they're saying these tracks were somewhere like this. This could be water runoff too. But they had that set up probably around here somewhere. And you guys can see how the ripples are going? The water is moving this way. So if she went in here, it could have been carried over to here. If she would have came straight in off of this, she would have been out here. She would have been, don't forget, this is all full of water right now. This is an older picture. If she would have come straight off this, straight down, she would have ended up in here and the car would have floated probably to about here. She would have had to come down like this and turn this way to go in over here and then her car float over to here. I don't know, you guys. I'm too tired to even think right now. But this is like a dirt road. Like she would have got, I feel she would have got hung up here. See the big ruts and everything? I feel she would have got hung up here if she drove herself. She would have realized, oh, what the hell? This isn't normal. Nope, wrong way. This is the main road here. So for her to just drive off the main road, no, it wouldn't happen. And this is all brush and trees and everything in here. But these are all tracks from 4x4, and you see them all along here. Look at, there's a little trail, goes around, comes down again, down. And don't forget, this is a hill type thing here. So they come down. They drive all around in here. Look at how even people getting stuck. Look at, somebody got stuck there. It's all soft near the water. So I feel she would have got stuck if she would have. So maybe they came down one of these other ones. Stayed on the harder stuff. I don't know. I don't know. But Adventures with Purpose was set up here. And then when law enforcement got there, they pulled out. Whoops. And this is where the police searched over here. They said they searched the whole Prosser Creek Reservoir, Prosser Lake. I'm going to say all three so I don't get jumped on again. Prosser Creek Reservoir, Prosser Lake Reservoir, whatever they want to call it. This is Alder Creek, it says. And I feel like even leaving, she knew she would have had to turn left at the main road to get out. Even if she would have turned left, made a mistake leaving here, come out and turned left, she would have either went in over here somewhere or she would have ended up going down over here. That's why the police, I believe, were thinking over here, because when you come out of the entrance to the park, she knows she would have had to go left to go home. So if she made a mistake, she had to go left and then right. So even if she made a mistake driving, you know which way you're going. Left, she made a mistake. She would have ended up over here. If she would have went up here and went left, I don't think she would have maybe even seen this. She would have went around. You know what I mean? She would have ended up over here somewhere. If she would have came around this way and turned left, she would have ended up back over here. That's why I think they concentrated over here. Because she knows leaving the park, you go left to go home. Even if you don't remember anything else, you know you turn left to go home. Left, did she come down here, make a boo-boo? Or did somebody take her? That's going to be what we've got to find out, guys. We won't find out. It's not going to be a YouTuber that breaks this case now. Adventures with Purpose, thank God for these people. Jared and his teams. Thank God for them. Because who knows how long she would have been there before being found if they hadn't gone out. So, I don't know, you guys. We'll have to wait and see what the police come up with. Maybe there's evidence in the car. Maybe there's not. The autopsy is going to see if there was any physical harm done to her body, any way, shape, or form. If not, they're going to do the toxicology anyway. They will take that right from her liver or whatever. Was there water in her lungs? That's going to tell if she was deceased before or after she went in the water. But I feel, honestly, if she was still alive going in that water, she would have went out one of them windows. Yes, Adventures with Purpose did an awesome job. Thank God for them, because I don't know how long it would have been before she was found. Because the police said they cleared it, right? So, with that being said, you guys, I'm going to close this up. I've got to get something to eat, and then I am going to get into bed early tonight. I need some sleep. Sorry for being cranky, but it is what it is. Once or twice in a 2-year period of being on here, I don't think it's too bad, but I apologize to anybody if I have offended you in any way, shape, or form. It was not my intention. I just want to keep things factual here. So, I mean, we took a look at some pictures. We took a look at them bringing the car out. That's about all we can do right now is speculate. But it is what it is, you guys. So, I'm going to let you guys go now. I'm so glad I found your channel. Thank you. Thank you, Face of America channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm not always grumpy like this. Please don't hold it against me. I apologize. But it is what it is. I own it. Okay, so you guys, and share his opinion. I love you no matter what. No, it's not okay to be snappy with people. I take full responsibility. But I mean, when you ask people over and over 7-8 times and then they post something again that you ask them not to, I lose it, especially when I'm grumpy and tired. So with that being said, you guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I love you guys to the moon and back. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for going through this with me. Thank you to my mods. You guys are amazing. I appreciate each and every one of you. Until next time, you guys, please take care of yourselves. Stay safe. If you comment anywhere, any other channel, anything, please put the pink hearts for Kiely. And let's keep her family in our thoughts and prayers. Love you guys. See you again soon. Bye-bye for now.